welcome to Talk Wordy to me. You have found yourself on the most amazing half-hour-ish episode of the Talk Wordy to me, where we will talk words to you. I am Dzintra Sullivan, international best-selling author, and my co-host is Stephen Ross, fantastic horror author and poetry sublime creator of words weaved on the web. Morning, Stephen.
Morning, Z. Thank you so much.
I don't even have.
That was really nice. I like that.
I wing it and then I go. I don't like. It's like my brain's trying to catch up with my lips as I go, and I never quite know what's happening. And I think, Dzintra, you just sound like an idiot.
The only thing I ever wing is chicken wings. Whenever I just,
I can't wing those unless there's cutlery. We all know this discussion about myself. It's cutlery or nothing. Oh, well, that's cutlery. It's cutlery. But not with wings. That would be weird with wings, wouldn't it?
If you had a chopstick. It depends on suction factor.
I don't stop. I don't think I could chopsticks a wing. I mean, I could lift it up. Certainly, I could definitely lift it up, but it is very slippery. I mean, I do it with chicken, or I'm quite good with the old chopstick. But
I guarantee you, I could.
If it's a bone, it would be the bone. I'm not, and I mean, okay, I may offend 99.9% of our listeners. I'm not a big fan of the chicken wing in general. There seems to be too much bone and not enough meat for me. I'm much more a leg lady. I'm a leg lady. I'll go the legs, the drummies. I like a drummy more than a wingy.
I'm fully on board with that. A leg is a really good leg. Is quite delicious. Are we talking chicken?
Yes, and we are. Now let's get back to our artist. We have an amazing.
Yes, we're talking books, not chicken wings.
Author today. Honestly, she's one of my. When you have that handful of people on your social media platforms, wherever you are, it doesn't matter which platform you're on, but there's always that handful that you hold extra tight because they're special. And I don't mean special in a special way. I mean special in a special way. That they're little. You're special in a special way. Yes, no. They're the people whose souls are so golden, and that you feel so blessed to have come across them in this world of billions and billions of people, to be able to be blessed with coming across that particular soul. She's one of those. This author is one of those people in my life that I just sit there and go, damn, I'm so blessed to know her.
Yeah, I'm in complete agreement. We haven't really spoke much, but I've known Jami on Twitter. Oh, sorry, SmexyXy. It's not
SmexyXy. She's no longer the Twits. She's the SmexyXy. Yep.
But I think I've known her almost from the minute I came on a couple of years ago, and she was really always very supportive and a really sweet human being. Just a wonderful person.
Of course, we're talking about Jami Kellett. For those playing at home, Jami Kellett, American author, poet, novice, photographer, and mental health advocate. She's a suicide survivor, and her purpose in life has become helping others through suicide prevention. In addition to contributing to mental health through her writing, she also writes about nature and the beauty that surrounds her. A quote she has is, "I found peace within the trees in the setting of the sun." Jami is inspirational. That's the word. If you had to pick up one word, inspirational would be the word for me.
Inspirational or uplifting. She's very uplifting.
Very positive, but not in a toxic positivity, because you do find those people out there that are just like toxic positivity, and you're like, woo, everybody's happy. She's not that kind of person where, every day has to be the best day that you've ever had because, woo, you're alive.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to have the best day every day, but you are having a day every day, and you'll get through the bad days and you'll celebrate the good days. She's inspirational for me.
Yeah, same thing for me. I often, pretty much every day, I'll see something that she puts up, and it's a nice thing to wake up to. It's not cloying or overly sweet or unnecessary. I don't want to use the word unnecessarily positive, but just that almost fake positivity.
She's real.
Hey, yeah, it's another day. Let's make the best of it. Let's do what we can to support and love each other. And she really does a good job at that. It's very inspiring.
I mean, and as a suicide survivor, she's hit bottom. That's hitting bottom. That's hitting the bottom of the bucket as much as you can hit the bottom of the bucket. And finding your way out of it, her strength is phenomenal. And she shows that through her writing. She shows that through her poetry that, we all struggle, and none of us are alone in our struggles, yet while we struggle can sometimes feel alone in that. And I find that her poetry and her pictures remind me, I'll put it on a personal level, remind me that even on those really super dark days where I feel that there's nobody around, there is. And she would be one that you could message and listen, and she would listen to me.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, I'm sort of the same ilk, that I've got the same issues with darkness and depression and everything else. So I can see the genuineness in her.
Yes,
and that she
that is the
actually
word
cares.
too. Genuine. Yeah.
Yes, you'll get people that will spout just say things in order to sound good or to look good or pay lip service to things, but I think she actually cares because she knows what it's like. She understands.
She does, and I adore her. I adore Jami Kellett. I sincerely do adore the woman. And she says she's a amateur novice photographer. Have you seen her photography? Gosh, I wish I was that novice. I take a photo of something and you end up with half a face, and it's just like the top eye of it because it's blurred or somebody's moved, or I wish my novice abilities was even close to the quality of her images that she puts up.
Yeah, the morning post, she puts up the morning post I think every day, and it's always this beautiful scenery, and very very peaceful, very harmonious.
Yeah.
Whenever I take a picture, usually it's, hey, here's a scowl, look at me, hey. She does something beautiful, and it's usually in black and white because no color for me.
She does do something beautiful. Every morning there is a beautiful image and words coming from Jami Kellett. I put up something every morning, and it's normally sarcastic and dry and, somewhat mean. I attack the world with sarcasm and humor. She attacks the world with beauty and kindness. She's a far better person than I. And did you know that she has a Saint Bernard?
I didn't know that, actually.
She has a Saint Bernard. Can you guess what its name is? If you had a Saint Bernard, what would you call it?
Ooh, Cujo.
Really? You would go Cujo? You'd go Stephen King. You know how I feel about Stephen King. We don't talk about I'm going to call him the SK word from now on, and we don't talk about the SK word because he's mean to me. And I don't like him. He ignores me, and I think it's rude. He will
not play with your puns.
He will not play with my pun challenge, Stephen King. I don't like you. I'll put it out there. If he wants to come in, just
Mr. King, if you're listening, I like you, and if you'd like to adopt me, I'm.
Stephen King, take up my challenge, or shh. Oh, no, I don't like him. No.
The gauntlet is thrown.
No, because he's afraid that I will take his throne from him on the puns. That's what he's fearful. He's scared of me. Stephen King is scared of me, just so you know. Anyway, back to Jami Kellett. Her Saint Bernard. If I had a Saint Bernard, its name would be Tiny, or something like that. Her Saint Bernard's name is Teddy. Isn't that cute? Teddy the Saint Bernard. I mean, I couldn't think of a better snuggle buddy on the couch watching Neddies than Teddy the Saint Bernard. They are
Yeah,
a
I mean,
little drooly, but definitely cuddle
well, a
worthy.
little drooly, and there is one side note is dog farts, because dog farts are the worst. But
Look, I've seen humans fart worse than what a dog can, so that's all right. Now back to her poetry. God, let's read some. She's got 2 books out. Let me get to that first, shall we? 2 books out. Jami Kellett, for those playing at home. Her website is Jami595 at wixsite.com, and that's Jami595 at wixsite.com. I know my professional voice is just dazzling, isn't it? Anyway, right, Jami Kellett. What's her 2 books?
I like it.
Yeah.
She has 2 books. Her 2 books are Blossoms of Hope, a poetry collection. It's a poetry collection of harmony and hope. A poetry collection through a woman's eyes, subtle reminders of your strength and of your importance in this world. We're all connected to this earth as the world turns, time churns, the sun rises, rivers swell, tears well, the wind blows, happiness flows, and the sun sets on the horizon. There is hope for me, for you, and for us.
Oh, even her blurb sounds inspirationally, genuinely beautiful. God, she's just, and the cover is so pretty. The cover is so pretty. Well, we talk about this a lot. When you're going to put a book out there, you're going to put your words out there. I don't care whether it's poetry or an anthology or a novel or memoirs or autobiography. I don't care what you're putting out there. I mean, I do care because creativities care for creative, but I don't care what your genre choice is. But your cover is the first thing that somebody is going to see. They're not going to read the blurb. They're not going to read the first chapter. They're not going to do any of that unless the cover stops them to make them do that. People need to understand that. I will stand on that hill and you can crucify me. I don't care. I stand behind my words on that. If your cover does not make somebody stop to look, they're not going to read anything else.
Especially with online sales now. There's millions and millions and millions of books out there. If people are scrolling through it and they see the same cookie cutter covers, they're going to scan right past you. It doesn't matter. Yeah. You could have the greatest book ever written, but if nobody reads it because it didn't draw their eye, what's the point?
So it won't matter. It won't matter. And this is a beautiful cover. It's Blossoms of Hope, and it has a woman's face on it because it's about through a woman's eyes. So she's made it relative to the subject matter. The cover is representative of it, and then the hair of the woman is all butterflies and flowers and prettiness, beauty. It's very representational. It would make me stop and look to see what it's about.
And it looks like the background is like a watercolor too. It's very pretty.
It is. It's very. It's eye-catching. It's eye-catching. Mm-hmm. Even on a quick scroll, it would make me scroll back up to go, what was that? The second book. What's the second book, Stephen?
The second book, which I believe is the newest book, is, or am I correct about that? I think it is. If I'm wrong, Jamie, please don't hurt me.
Send hate mail to Stephen.
Yes, send it to me. It's Scribbles of a Broken Sparrow. And the blurb goes as follows. This collection of poetry is intimately intertwined through my heart and soul. Writing has been a way to help me deal with and heal through my depression and anxiety. I hope this book resonates with you in some way, not to bring sadness, but a validation of feelings. My wish is that you feel a sense of hope, that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is beauty and joy in this world. Now take a deep breath. That's life. Your life. It's precious. You are so loved.
God, I love her. God, she gives me all the warm feelies in my feely bits.
Whoop, whoop. All right
Yes, she does. She
then.
makes me feel all warm and cozy. It's like a little word hug.
Like
It's
a blankie.
it's a word weaved hug. I don't like
There
it.
you go. Like a little snuggly blanket.
Yes.
I like that. There is a note, by the way. You can order signed copies from her. Just send her a message on her contact page on her website, and she will send you signed copies.
Gotta love that. Got to love that. Now, she's given us permission, and this is always with permission for those playing at home. With permission. We don't read anybody's words that the author themselves has not said to us, yes, you can read that, because we're very much a believer in copyrights, of course, because that's legal, but also the respect for fellow creatives, that they also get to choose. They choose what they send us and what they want us to read, so that it's all respectful. We honor our guests.
With Jami, she was gracious enough to allow us to just peruse some of her poetry on her website. Sorry, not on her website, but on Twitter, and pull different poems that caught her eye. So
yeah, she gave us free range. Silly Jami.
Range. Yes.
Silly Jami. You know we'll dig deep, baby girl. You know. All right.
Free range Z.
Free range Z. Goodness me, that's something nobody needs to know about, is it? All right. What are we going to read? Excerpts from Scribbles of a Broken Sparrow.
Well, that'll be the start, I guess. After you.
Oh, I get this one. I get the first one.
You can go first.
Do I have to bring my professional voice? I will. I am. Jami deserves my professional voice. Oh, I'm going to sit up straight and everything. Look at me
Deep
go.
breath.
Hello. All right. This is excerpts. Excerpts. That's such a weird word. Do you pronounce the P or the T? Is it the P or the? Is it excerpts or excerpts? It's excerpt. It's a P or a T. Which am I going?
I miss both of them most times. Just excerpts.
I can. It's like hippopotamuses. I can't ever get that one out there either. Excerpts. I'm not sure if the P or the T is silent. People, chime in. Just get involved with me. Send me a message. I might actually put that up on the Twitter debate. Like, is excerpts? Is the P or the T side? Is it excerpts? Or is it it doesn't matter. All right. We're going to go snippets from the Scribbles of a Broken Sparrow. Snippets. I've Aussied it. Rightio. There is peace on the other side of the storm, where time has healed the wounds. The clouds are lifting, silently revealing love and light. Stay strong while you weather the storm. Brighter days are ahead. Is it still going? Is that page 2? Oh, no, that's that one. And the second one, can I do the 2? Can I do the 2 and you do the second one? Right. Good. Second excerpt. No, second snippet.
Yes.
Snippet from Scribbles of a Broken Sparrow. This body is a vessel in which I go through life. My physical scars and imperfections apparent, a shell of who I am. Rather, capture a portrait of my soul. Every sunset I have ever seen casts light on the turmoil and chaos that reside there. Love fills the void the darkness left behind. I love that.
That was the professional voice.
That was my professional voice. You're welcome. You're welcome. But I don't bring it out very often. Does the Aussie accent, is it stronger when I bring out my professional voice, or do I lose it?
What accent?
Correct answer. Radio, correct answer. Correct answer. Bring out your professional voice, Mr. Ross. Let's go.
All right. Crikey then. Oh, wait, no, I'm just going to All right. These two are excerpts from Blossoms of Hope.
Snippets from Blossoms of Hope.
Snippets. All right. And I shall bring out my professional voice.
Your professional voice.
Awakened. I was awakened to the sounds of morning, to the sounds of life. Thine eyes to the sky, to feel the warmth upon my face, to breathe in its strength, to breathe in its peace, to breathe in its joy. Grateful for this day, grateful for this wonder, grateful to be alive. That's one.
Stop it.
Professional enough? Does that work?
Yes.
All right. And the second one is wilted rose. A wilted rose through the rain, through the pain. The rose bowed to the weight of an unkind world. Too much for its delicate petals to withstand, its thresholds met. With love and attention, a rebirth occurred, and over time, the rose survived.
Okay. Well, look, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous, and this is why I will never call myself a poet, no matter how many VSS challenges and whatever else I do with prose and play with words and whatever else. Because, like, I write a poem, okay, and I have to get out my rhyming.com zone, rhymezone.com, because in my head, poetry has to rhyme. It's always been, poetry has to rhyme. Now, poetry doesn't have to rhyme. And I think when a poem doesn't rhyme, it really leaves it exposed to the talent of the author that lies behind it. When you're not relying on that rhyming to make it work, which I have to because I'm basic. When you can remove the rhyme from a poem and leave it exposed, it shows the talent. It shows the talent that this woman possesses.
And Jami, she does vacillate between rhyming and non-rhyming. She's got skills.
And I'm also not saying that every author who rhymes is basic. I'm just saying I am basic.
My ears are burning a bit here.
I'm not saying, please don't send hate mail for that. I didn't mean it that way. I mean that me personally, has to rely on that because I don't have the talent behind it. I'm not. This is why when people say you're a poet, and I'm like, no, I'm not. I play with some words occasionally, but that's about it.
I mean, I will always respectfully disagree with that. I think the definition of poetry is words that come from the soul. It doesn't matter whether you're classically trained in how to put things together or structured. It's, can you put words out that make people feel? If you're making people feel, it's poetry.
And this is something that Jami does. You do it with your writing. And I try to do it with my VSS.
Oh, you absolutely do it.
That we don't. What's the word? I want to use the word pussyfoot, but I'm not sure that this is a podcast to use that word. I'm going to throw it in there. You know what? I'm just going to go it anyway because we're talking. This is talk wordy to me. We don't pussyfoot around the subject. I know. See, it works in context. It works in context. We don't pussyfoot around the subject. If we're going to dive into the darkness through our words, we're taking you with us. Jami does that. You do that. I try to do that. And expose we give a voice to sometimes, I think, the darkness that people dwell in silently.
We lift the rock and show what's underneath.
Yeah.
The stuff that
you do it
hide.
very, very well. Jami's just phenomenal at it. And I like that the connections that you can make with your readers, that they relate to it. You give them a voice through your words. Because sometimes when you're feeling in those really super dark places where you're hiding in the corners of your brain and you don't want to play, you don't want to come out, nobody understands, nobody knows, nobody does anything, blah 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 blah, which we've all been there. And you read some poetry or you read some words, even if you're just doom scrolling through the Smexy Exy, and you come across one of Jami Kellett's poetry or yours or Spiders or Dericky's, or there's so many different other artists out there that have these amazing poetry, and you relate to it. It gives your emotional state at that very moment a voice, a connection to another person, which can sometimes just bring you a little off the bottom of the bucket emotionally.
You can get an idea that you aren't, I mean, as cliche as it sounds, you're not alone. Other people feel it's not the same. It might not be the same circumstance, but they feel the same feelings. They feel hopeless. They feel lost. They feel hurt. They feel alone. They feel like there's nothing there to live for. But they know, they read this and they go, I'm not alone. I'm not.
And sometimes
there's millions of people like us.
And sometimes the most powerful words come from the people that have been there, who either are there, have been there, trying to get out of there. They know, and they know by the way they write, by the words that they choose. Jami Kellett is sublimely talented and an inspiration to me personally and to many, many people over the Smexy Exy who adore her and her writing.
Absolutely.
Do we have another one? We do have more to read. We've got more to read.
Yeah.
Are these ones? Where are these from?
These are from VSS.
This is
she's done.
The VSS.
VSS. I think she's done VSS Poem, VSS 365. She's done a few others. She's pretty regular on them.
All right. Will you grab one? What do you grab? What one are you doing?
I guess I'll grab one. I'll grab the first one here. It's her pen poem.
All right.
As the sun rises in the east, there's hope. Blue skies and the warmth of the sun, there's joy. The people that never leave in times of need, that's love. Blessings bestowed on you is happiness. Your existence is vital. Your life is a gift.
See, the cadence, that's the word, isn't it, darling? Like, I sound like I know what I'm talking about. The cadence of that is beautiful. The way it rolls off your tongue feels nice.
Yeah, that's...
Is that a secret to poetry? As a writer of poetry, is that a secret to it? Does it have to roll comfortably off your tongue?
A lot of times, yes, or... At least for me. I mean, this I'm no expert by any stretch of the imagination. I've got no schooling or anything else. I just write what I feel. Cadence is nice. Sometimes that's what comes. Cadence, bang, 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 and everything clicks. It's like a little puzzle going together, and those are the ones that come out fast and bang, bang, bang. And then there's other ones where it's I see an impact, a series of impact lines that cut. If that makes any sense to you. I think that's actually one of the things about Japanese haiku, like the original haiku.
Oh,
you have to have
I can't. I can't work at the haiku at all. It's cuckoo for me with the haiku. Seriously, I cannot. I don't get it. It's what is it, like 475 or
575?
5. Look, I was so close.
But here you go.
But isn't there like there's ones that it's rules. There's so many rules. There's like something about color and there's something about something else, and I'm just like, oh, I can't. I don't know.
I will teach you a little secret here.
Oh no.
There's a syllable counter that you can do haikus online, which
Oh,
I may have
really? That's
used.
a cheat sheet. There's a cheat
It
sheet for
is.
haiku. I'm sure there is. There's a
It,
cheat sheet for everything on the Googs.
it's like
But
Rhyme Zone.
oh, there you go. The haiku is so structured. They're so structured. It baffles me, and I end up just shying away from it. I remember one of the VSS one time had a haiku challenge that the author was doing haiku every day, and it was encouraging others to do that. And I think I lasted about 3 days before I went. I don't get it. I don't understand the rules and regulations of the haiku cuckoos.
I don't do terrifically well with them just because I don't like being boxed in. I want to write what I want to write, and
Sometimes though, that's a challenge, though, isn't it? Really, it's that
true.
It's the you don't like to do that, okay, but do it, and it makes you sort of grow a little bit.
It can. I mean, Twitter in and of itself, Smexy, sorry,
Smexy.
up until which point in time you could buy a check mark and write as much as you want. You had X amount of characters, and the vast majority, particularly the rhyming poetry, where you want to hit it in a certain cadence so that it sounds right at the end. You had just enough characters to just fit 4 little stanzas in.
Yeah.
And you have to play with words to make it fit.
For those people who write novels on Twitter, I don't go past your first one, so don't bother. Make it fit in the 240 or 280 or whatever our character limit is. I don't even pay attention. Whatever it is, I don't go past it.
Send all hate mail to Z.
Yeah, send me hate mail. You can write poetry that goes past it. I will read the first part. I'll like it if there's anything. Unless it's like a thread that is a debatable thread, I will debate that. But honestly, I don't. Your blue check marks, just stop it.
I've done a few large poems where I went several, page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, and it's just not the place for it. I don't think.
No.
You'll get the first one read, and then everything after that, people.
Nobody reads after it. I don't. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to. It's like judging people on covers. I do judge you on your covers, and I won't read past the first page. Hello, I'm Dzintra Sullivan. Send your email to I know. Right, I want to read this one. I like this one. This is Jami Kellett. All right, this is a VSS. For those playing at home, of course, VSS is very short stories. VSS is a hashtag. VSS 365, one word prompt every day to write a short story on. There is VSS pick, there's VSS poem, there's VSS dark, there's VSS humor, there's so many different prompts. Get involved. It's one of the most phenomenal writing exercises that you can get involved in on. That's free. That is free. And you can do it as many times a day as you want, as many different prompts as you want, but it really does exercise your ability to create a mental picture with your words in a short snippet. See, very short story.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things. I mean, I've done one almost every single day for a few years now, since I've been on Smexy. Sometimes it's that little catalyst. If it wasn't there, I likely never would have started writing again.
Yeah.
It
really does. And on those
2
days
or 3 major catalysts that got me there.
Yeah. And on those days where words aren't flowing in my novel, get on, do a VSS, and sometimes it helps. Get those words, get your brain back in the position where it'll work. All right, this one. I love this one. Ready?
Yes.
I am rarely alone. I yearn for silence. I know one day I will miss this house. We'll miss these kids. We'll miss these sounds. A day long from now, it will be silent. These everyday sounds will be missed. Today is not that day. Today, I yearn for silence. That's me. That's me in a nutshell. God, silence. It's like, Jami knows me, apparently. She knows. She wrote that specifically just for me. No, she didn't. But it's the same thing, isn't it? It's finding somebody's words and connecting with them. It's becoming a voice for an emotion that not everybody can get out at that particular time. Even as an artist, even as a writer, even as a person who dives into poetry lightly, there are times where somebody else will write a poem and I'll relate to it because I can't put words to that emotion at that point, even though I may be a creative and I may be a writer. So it's very important. I think it's really important to have people putting these words out there.
Absolutely, and get involved. I mean, they're always looking for people to host the prompt words.
Host the prompt words, yes.
Yeah. So, yeah. Shall I do another?
Are you going to do one more? Do one more.
I'll do
Surprise
one
me.
Which one should
Surprise me.
I'm just scrolling through. Here we go. I think I'll do this one. There's no title to this, but it's from a VSS. In quietude, stress flows out to sea. With every lap of wave to shore, I sit and be. I am the clouds, the sunshine, the oceans. My mind is free. Free of fear, free of anxiety. These moments are a balm for my soul, a bandage for my ache. The salt air heals me and makes me whole.
I love that. It's beautiful.
That's pretty.
It's beautiful. Now at the end, she's written down here what I would like the audience to know. Oh, Jami, I find it so inspirational that you assume we have an audience. I hope we do. I hope that I find that very exciting that you think that we have an audience. Hello, audience. Please listen to us. What I would like the audience to know, right? She says, you are welcome to watch the sunrise with me anytime. You'll find me on Twitter, which is now called the Smexy Exy people. It's no longer Twitter, it's Smexy Exy, at Jami Lynn Writer. Jami Lynn Writer. Now, it's not with an E. There's no E on that. It's just Jami Lynn Writer. Come as you are. Life is beautiful. You are beautiful and worthy. Jami. If you weren't married, I'd ask you to marry me. Gotta love her. I love her. She's just beautiful. The her two books for those playing at home are
Blossoms of Hope, a poetry collection, and Scribbles of a Broken Sparrow.
Scribbles of a Broken Sparrow.
You didn't touch on it, but I absolutely adore that cover.
It's very striking, isn't it? The red with the sparrow. It's very striking. She's very clever. Whoever, if she's designing her covers, it doesn't surprise me because they're just very representational. Whoever's designing them is very talented and they know what they're doing. I like it. I like it. Okay, so Jami Lynn Kellett is who we've been talking about today on Talk Wordy to Me. An American author, poet, photographer, mental health advocate. What else do you say about her apart from check her out, go support her, go read her books? It's Indie August, people. It's Indie August. So you know what to do in Indie August. Clickety-click on the books.
Buy the books.
Buy the books. Go put them in your thing. And when, it's something that when you have those days that you're feeling dark, for lack of a better word, if you have Jami Lynn in your corner and you have her books on your Kindle or lucky enough to have a paperback on your bookcase, same. then you can open it up and get inspiration for the fact that the life is beautiful. Life will continue. You are beautiful. You are worthy, and you are wanted in this world. So that's sort of everybody needs a Jami Lynn in their life.
They do. They do. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, Jami Lynn Kellett, .com. No, .wixsite.com.
Yes.
Or find her on Twitter, find her on SmexyXy, Jami Lynn Ryder, and all of her websites are up there in her bio and pin post.
Up there, find her, listen to her, read her work, buy her books.
Buy her books in August.
Sounds like fun.
All right, that's it. We're done.
We're done.
It off. Done.
All right.
I'm done. I'm out.
Me too.
All right. Jami Lynn, author, is who we've been talking. Jami Lynn, author. Jami Lynn Kellett, who is an author, is who we've been talking about. You've been listening to Stephen Ross.
That's me.
And that's you. And Dzintra Sullivan, who is me. Or I could just be 5 crazy cats in a trench coat. One or the other.
That's entirely possible.
It's probably more likely than the other one. Until next time. Where we will have a different author that we will be talking about. Until then, have a great day. Bye for now.